Okay, I'm recording now. So, welcome to this week's session. Last time I did a masterclass, and it is saved in the classroom. We talked about vision boards, vision board books, and I did a masterclass all about what is a vision board book. And we looked at some on Amazon, and basically, I ran out of time. Um, we have got the vision board book module has gone into our school academy. So you can access that step-by-step training, but I wanted to do a part two to the vision board masterclass and just add in the bits that I felt were missing, which was exactly where to find these darn photos, because we were debating about the rights, the publication rights, the printing rights, I don't know, all the licenses and stuff like that. So I just want to go into a bit more detail about that. For those of you who do not know what a vision board book is, go to my first masterclass. I will have a slide actually that just very briefly shows you what it is. But basically, it is you get a blank board, you get a vision board clip art book like this, and you clip out all the things that you want to manifest in your life this year or next year. And it might be fitness, health, engagement, love, romance, holidays, travel. Yeah, we've got fitness there. And we've got some flick throughs of the books actually inside the academy in our vision board module. The exciting thing with vision board books is they do sell all year round and they make good sales all year round. It's not a saturated area on Amazon. But actually, come December, January, and February, if you're thinking about maybe doing one for next year, wink, wink, hint, hint, get it perfected now. This book made, was it 60,000 in January? The top book made $120,000 in January alone. And I'm going to talk about certain authors or publishers that are publishing a book series. So this masterclass really is about magnifying your royalties, magnifying your income by using vision boarding books. They're fun to create. I actually toss between love and hate creating my vision board book. And I know, Wendy, you've done one, haven't you? It's fun to create and fun to find all the things to put inside, but it is also can get frustrating. You can go down a lot of rabbit holes and it can be time consuming. But I think I'm more on the side of love than hate with mine once I got onto a roll. So I also want to talk today about also how to do some of the elements in there, because I didn't manage to cover that in the last masterclass either. So then at least people can watch both these masterclasses and they've got some chance of getting some decent royalties with their vision board books. I noticed, Wendy, yours is already selling. I did notice that when I clicked into it on Amazon. So that's super exciting. And if we can possibly get reviews in that first month that we
Yeah.
put our books up there, it's going to make such a huge difference moving forward because we got that momentum right at the beginning, right at the start. And that's something I didn't do when I started publishing my books 12 months ago now. It's exactly 12 months ago. So, yes, I hope you're finding that, Wendy. And if you can do any things to get a few more reviews, then do those things. In fact, I should do a module purely on getting book reviews. There's just too many modules for me to do. I just can't keep up with myself. Let me write that down, actually. That could be one I do soon, with it being the beginning of the year. Book reviews module, because there's so many different little ways that we can get book reviews. Okay, so I've got a few slides. Um, just go over those things that we missed in the last masterclass. Although, if you're watching this as a first masterclass, it's still relevant. I'm going to show you also how to set up the book in Canva, how I didn't do it at the beginning, but how I would do it if I was to do it again now. Um, where to find the photos from, how to generate graphics using AI tools. There's loads of AI tools. I'm just going to use good old Chat GPT because most of us have got that one. But there's lots and lots of other AI tools too. And also how to do little things like a flight ticket. You can actually create that kind of stuff in Canva and empowering words and quotes as well. So we'll just cover that as well. All right, so let me share my screen. In fact, before I do that, I'm just going to check the chat just in case we've got any questions on that. Wendy says that would be an awesome module. It definitely would if I cover everything to do with book reviews and then it's done and dusted and it's there, isn't it? Yeah, free ways to get reviews is what we want, isn't it? Rather than paying a fortune for them. Genevieve says she missed us all. Yes, I miss you all too. Right. So, loving your hair, Nora. It looks like a new do. In fact, I've got a new do, haven't I? Or maybe I had it last time. I can't remember.
Yes,
Uh,
it is a new do, and I'm not 100% on it.
Oh,
So
I like it. I noticed it as soon as you came on. Right, so I've not got many slides, but it's just because it's mostly practical. We're going to also go over to this author. There might be two actually that are making around about 4K a day. 4K a day. Drop your jaws, everyone. We're going to look at that in a minute too. All right, so this is part two of how to create profitable vision board books. How to magnify your profits is the main theme of today's masterclass. So, just a recap, and for those of you who haven't watched Masterclass 1, this is a vision board book. You can have lots and lots of different styles, different interiors. We found quite a few of you have done flick throughs inside the academy, which I'm super grateful for because it really made me realize how different they all are, these books. There's one book that Cindy was showing us. It's actually got a children's book at the beginning of it. It was most bizarre, but it's doing really well. It's selling really, really well. It's got good reviews, 4 star on average. And so I was really surprised at that because this children's book right at the beginning of it was just so random. So it just shows you can do whatever the fluff you want if you are a book publisher. And you'll see these books, some of them are aesthetic styles. So if you want it in your lounge or in your kitchen and you want it to go with your decor, it's more of a beige, sage, grage aesthetic. Some of them are really bright and colourful. Some of them have got a magazine kind of Vogue aesthetic style, as you can see in this one here. And yeah, they're very, very different and they've got very distinctive covers. I think it's very clear from the cover that you would be able to have lots of different bits and pieces and cut them out. Certainly from this is the best selling one right in the middle at the top there on the left. 2026 Vision Board Clip Art Book. That is the top bestseller that I've managed to find. This is a good slide actually to screenshot for anyone who wants to do a vision board book, only because it's got all these really great categories here. It says 1,000 handpicked images and quotes, and then it says travel, adventure, nature, education, career, business, investing, home, hobbies. And I actually used that for my vision board book. It saved me a ton of time thinking of my categories. I thought, well, there's a lot there. I'm just going to go with that one. And that was as much as my thinking and strategy went with my vision board book. But I just thought, well, that's just basically everything, isn't it? And some of them I've noticed haven't got many categories, which I think is a shame. So I do like all the categories that are listed right there. Um, So, this is what we're going to cover today, how to set up your vision board file in Canva. I didn't cover that in the last masterclass. How to source free photos and images. We covered it briefly at the end of the last masterclass, but I just want to go a bit more into that. I've also found a brilliant website, and you're going to be like wanting to kiss me through the camera when I show it to you, and that's absolutely fine. I'm up for all the snogs that you can give me when I show you that one. How to store your photos and images, how to add them to your vision board book, how to log where you got it from. So important if we run into any pickles with Amazon and they say, oh, we don't think this photo is free. You can go back to your log and say, well, that's where I got it from. It says it's free. It's got this license and you're good to go. How to create the written affirmation pages, how to create clip art graphics using AI. I'm going to use ChatGPT, but you can use whatever you want to use. And then we're going to go on to how to magnify your profits with your vision board books by expanding your book into a series. Again, I only touched upon that in the last masterclass. Okay, so where to find your photos and images. We were just talking about this at the end of the last masterclass, and this is it. So we've got Pixabay, that's free. And I've checked the licenses of these ones, they're all free, free to use for Amazon, and you're allowed to have printed publications and materials with the licenses from these sites. Pixabay, Unsplash, Pexels, and this is the secret site that I absolutely love, and it's called Odan, right? And I've been using Odan for years, and then I forgot about it for about 2 or 3 years. Odan actually takes all the free images and the URLs from all of the free sites and puts it into one big, massive catalogue. So I think that is brilliant. And you are very welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. It's just absolutely brilliant. So I want to show you that, and I'll show you how it works as well. And what you want to do is choose, I've said 5, but it could be 10, 15, 20. Choose the themes that you want for your images. For example, travel, success, fitness, mindfulness, calmness, family. Choose those themes and then you search your theme inside these sites and you go to Odan because that searches all the sites. So you could search even more specifically. So you could search travel, or you could search Paris if you want specific popular travel destinations, which I suggest that you do have inside your vision board book. I suggest that you have the most popular travel destinations, a general beach, a general mountain, a general, I don't know, rocky scenery, general Arcticness, like, general scenes. Um, and then you get a little bit more specific, so like whittle it down. So it's general travel. So if somebody wants to go to a tropical island, well, we can't have all the tropical islands in our board book, but we can have a photo of the tropical beach and the sea. So it could be anywhere. And then the main destinations you could have, whatever they are, I don't know, Japan, France, Paris, other main cities, London, New York, you could have the main cities, the main countries, and then these general scenic views as well, so people can pick and choose what they want to put on their vision board. And then you can search things like calm morning sunrise, or family together outdoors, or desk workspace inspiration. So you can do more narrow searches if you're looking for something super specific. And again, Odan is really brilliant for that. Then you want to download the images in a high resolution. Upload them into your Canva if you're using Canva, which I suggest that you do because it's so easy and usable, and you can get the free version of it. And then you want to save the URL from the image that you have saved that you're going to use. And I'll show you, you want to separate your Google document into the different categories: your travel, your marriage, your romance, your adventure, your success, career, fitness, and paste your URL from each image into that document, just in case you need to go back and find it. Then on your images, you can, in Canva, add any text or overlays that you want to. So an image of Paris, you might write the word Paris in big bold letters. So you're considering your customer there, that when they come to cut out this image and put it on the vision board, maybe they want the word Paris in big bold letters. So you might do that on some of your images, and any other images as well, fitness, marriage, engagement, whatever. So you can add your overlays, your icons, your texts, and your effects in Canva. And then right at the end, you're going to export your whole file as a, 300 DPI print ready premium file right at the end. Okay, so let me show you these websites because some of them annoy me. So this is Pexels. Is this one that annoys me? Let me see. Yeah, it does. What I don't like about this is you might search, let's say Paris. So all these photos, you can use them on your vision board. And then when you scroll down, it will show you some really nice photos. Where are we? Yeah, down here. Look at these and you think, oh yeah, I want one of these. These are brilliant. And then you realize it says sponsored by iStock, and actually these ones you have to pay for. Um, and these images here of the Eiffel Tower are way better than these free ones that you get up here. They're more colourful, aren't they? Like here, get 20% off with code PEXEL S20 iStock. So that's what annoys me about that. But you can still you can still use it. You can still get free photos. But I don't like downloading a photo when I can see a better one next to it that I'm not allowed to have. Just it really grates on my nerves, and I don't want to be irritated the whole time that I'm creating my vision board book. That's not the vibe. So then we've got Unsplash. So let's do that again. Paris. And actually, we've got some really nice images coming up here for Unsplash. And it doesn't look like it's doing sponsored ones. Oh, here we go. Browse premium images on iStock. But that's not as bad, is it? They seem to be collected up there at the top. So that's a little bit better. Unsplash, and it does look like it's got better images there for Paris. So yeah, it just annoys me when they're advertising these paid ones. And then we've got Pixabay. Let's go Paris here, see what comes up. Sponsored images right at the top. Grr. And aren't they nice as well? Wouldn't I really love that? Is it the Arc de Triomphe or whatever that is? It doesn't look like an arc, whatever it is. Um, no, I don't think it is. What is that? It's annoying me now.
Notre Dame.
Oh yes, that's the one. Um, it looks very nice. It makes me want to go there. So these ones are free, aren't they, if you scroll down? So you have to try and ignore that first line, which is annoying. And then we've got odan.net. So make a log of the name of this website, o-dan, D-A-N, .net. If you search Odan in Google, the annoying thing is it doesn't come up. So I lost this site for 3 years. Odan free photos. Search for high quality free stock photos. So when we search Paris, and I hope it's going to just be amazing for you now, you'll see on the left hand side, it shows you all the different websites, but it puts them all together for you in a couple of pages on Odan. So yeah, isn't it awesome? It doesn't show you the paid ones. It shows you all the best ones all together. All these ones at the top, it says are from Unsplash. So you can scroll down those ones, and I think they're really, really good quality ones. And then you can scroll down to the Pixabay one. And you can see the Pixabay images there. A little bit different vibe on that one. And then it scrolls down to ISO Republic. You might want to double check your license that you can do for printable items because I've not really heard of ISO Republic. But if you see one that you like, check it out, download it, check out the license, and once you know ISO Republic is good and you can use it, then you know that you can use it. But these again are very different photos and images for that one. It does say it's all free photos. It's whether you can use it for printed materials is the key here that we need to look at. But we know that Pixabay and Unsplash and whatever that other one was, Pexels, don't think that's coming up here. So it also has ISO Republic, Foodies Feed, Picography, Negative Space, Barn Images, and then another 10 plus sites. So you can go right to that bottom and it shows you Pexels, Burst, Alt Photos, Stock Snap. And from all the ones I've clicked in to see, they've all had commercial licenses that you can use for printed materials. So I think this site is the dog's whatsits of free photo sites. And also, what you need to do, what's really important. So if we use this photo of the Eiffel Tower, let's get Amanda in. If we use this one of the Eiffel Tower, you want to right click it, copy link address. So if we're going to use that photo of the Eiffel Tower, right click, copy link address, then just open up a Google Doc like this and put your headings. And under travel, you're going to paste your image. And you could do a little description, you know. Um, I don't know how to spell Eiffel Tower. I think that's it. I can't spell the word Eiffel. So you could do a quick description of which photo it is so you don't get your knickers in a twist later on. You know, if you've just got 20 URLs, you don't know which is which. And that's the best way in which you can get your photos, get them all downloaded, do all your travel ones all at once in one category. You would click on it and click download for free here. So you download it to your computer. Then you will go to Canva, open up a new document that is, let me try and remember, 8.5 by 11 inches, I think. That's the size of these vision board books. You might want to double check that, but I think that's right. So open up a blank document, 8.5 by 11. In fact, this should say what size it is. Let's have a look. One of you will know what size this is.
Yeah, it is 8.5 by 11, Abby,
Yeah,
and then don't you have
thank
to add
you.
on that bloody annoying 0.125
Oh,
or
yeah.
other there here and there. I'm in the middle of a dust up with Amazon at the moment, so
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I'm listening with intent to this bit.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that. So if you do go to the edges, there is a little bit of extra work to be done to just make it the right size to allow for bleed. I didn't do a lesson on that actually in the module. Maybe I should do. I just find it so hard to explain it, but that's the point of having an academy in a module. So I will do a lesson on if you want to add bleed. I'll explain what that means in a minute. But what we want to do is open up a blank um, document for our vision board and just put headings on it on each page, New Year celebrations. Then on the left hand side, you want a blank page. Then on the right hand side, goals and aspirations. Left hand side, a blank page. The next one, titles and words. Maybe it's affirmations or just a load of empowering words. Left hand side, blank page. Right hand side, general mindset photos. Left hand side would be blank page. So I'd need to add a blank page there. So if I duplicate that and slide it along, then I've got my blank page. But basically then we've got affirmations, words, empowering quotes, sticky notes, travel, travel quotes, adventure quotes, festivals and events. Somebody said the vision board books are missing festivals and events. I agree. So I've added that in. Quotes for that. Oh, got a random blank page. Nature. But yeah, we want a blank page on every other page. Education, career, business, money, finance, investing, and you can choose your categories for your vision board book. So you don't have to have these ones, you can have whatever you want. Home, property, home design and decor. So can you see when I find a photo and it goes into these categories and I'm on Odan, Pexels, Unsplash, Pixabay, I'm going to download that photo that I like, save the URL in my Google document, upload my photo here onto Canva. So I'm just going to upload that one of the Eiffel Tower there. Then I'll go to the travel section. And what I'll do is I'll just shove it on there in any old order to start with, so that I know that I've got enough photos for each category. And I'm just going to keep going and keep finding them, okay? And keep adding the URLs to that main Google document. So then right at the end of it, I've got all my photos. I know where they've come from. I've got a list of all the URLs of where they've come from. And so if I get into any pickles about whether I've got the copyright rights to print these photos, then I can just send this document and show them. Angela was talking about a site where you can protect your work, and I think it's called protectmywork.com. She posted it, I think it was in our WhatsApp group. So I'm not done it with these vision board books. I don't know if you can do it with a vision board book, but it's definitely worth a try. Yes, protectmywork.com. I know you can do it with any other book that we've done inside the academy. But like I say, I've not tried to do it with my vision board book yet. I'll keep you posted and keep you informed on that one, only because it is full of photos. But I presume it's just the same process that you go through with the other books. I presume that you can do it. Genevieve says you can do it. You only need to have the document you are telling us to keep with the links. Yeah, okay. Well, like I say, I've not tried to do it, but it's worth doing that for sure with books like this that you can run into a few little hurdles with. You're more likely to run into a hurdle with a book full of copyright photos than you are, I don't know, a book about, I don't know, how to write a book that you wrote with AI. It's not going to be usually many problems with a book like that. Right, where am I up to? So, yes, that's photos. So hopefully that covers the photo thing in a lot more detail than we did in the last masterclass. And then the other things I wanted to cover is that you can create your own little images. And I've done one here and it's not that good, but at least you can see it. So you could create something like a travel airline ticket that people who doing the vision board can cut out and they can put their own destination in there. So you can do these blank boxes where they can write their own destination. And you could also do a check like money, like a checkbook or any other things. I can't really think of any other things you would do this with. But you could do little quotes and stickers where they write a word that is important to them on it. And I've not seen this done much with the vision board books. They seem to want to write the words on it for you. But I like the idea of you actually having the image or the graphic that you cut out, but that you use, a nice big Sharpie pen that's going to be really bold on your vision board book, and you actually make it really personalized and bespoke to you. Just an idea, you don't have to do that, but I like the idea of filling in my own airline ticket. You can't have an airline ticket for every airport in the world. But people can cut it out and choose where they want to go for their dream destination that year or the following year. So I've just created this simply, and it's not even finished off. It needs a bit of polishing off. But that's just, a blue rectangle on top of a blue rectangle, two little circles here, a bit of a dotted line, and some little airline images in Canva, a barcode, and I just wrote the word Universal Airlines. You can write whatever you want. And then you could just copy all that once it's done, once you've polished it off. Control C, Control V to just paste it down here. Just like that. And then you've got a whole page of them then. So people can maybe go to 2 or 3 destinations, or they could do the vision board but with a friend, with a loved one. And so they've got one each kind of thing. So that's that. You can make your own images. And obviously you then own the copyright to this image because you have put several images on top of each other. And in Canva's terms and conditions, if you put your own design together, that is your copyright. So that's expressly declared in Canva's terms and conditions. And the same thing for if you were to do a page like this, full of empowering words. So this is like a bit of a sign, and then you've put writing on top of it. What you have done is combine 2 elements. It's your unique design from that point. What you can't do is just have that on its own. I think is a pro element. It probably is. And there is a bit of skepticism or contention. It's not clear in Canva's terms and conditions whether you can use a pro element on its own, right? So you don't want to do that. But if you put something on top of something, then you've created your own unique design and you've got the copyright rights for that. So this is the page that they have in this book that is similar, which is very plain. So this person here has played it very safe and is really going on the safe side of like not having anyone question any copyright rights. So these are very plain ones here on this book that I've got here. This is the book that I purchased. But I have looked several times at Canva's terms and conditions and looked at a lot of videos on YouTube, and I can confirm that if you put 2 or more elements together in your own design, that you then own the copyright to that design. So I would do something like this here, and do the protectmywork.com and go down that route. So that's how to do a page full of words like this. Or you can use AI. You can go into ChatGPT and say, can you do me a plain banner with lights all around the edge that says the word confidence in the middle. Should we try and do that just to see if it will do it? So let's go down to the bottom. In fact, if I open a new ChatGPT, then you can see what I do. So I'm going to ChatGPT here. I use something called DALL-E because it's really good at images, but there's different places you can go in ChatGPT. You can just open up a new chat and see what it creates for you. There's different image design GPTs within ChatGPT. But like I say, I'm going to click on DALL-E. So that's DALL.E. And if you just search GPTs, type in the word DALL-E and it'll come up with that for you. And then I'm going to say, please generate a sign with Right. So I don't know what it's going to come out with here, but I've said, please generate a sign with Hollywood lights all around it with the word success in the sign. So sometimes it asks for further clarification, but we'll see what it comes up with. Watch it be something really rude and awful. Yeah, success. So we could download that. So I'm just gonna and just check the spelling of that. So, ChatGPT and AI are very good at not spelling things correctly, but it's managed to spell the word success, so that's good. And if I then went to my design here, I upload it. I don't know if this is going to work. It's very much, when you use AI, it's very much trial and error. So then you could just have that like that. It's absolutely fine, isn't it? Obviously not on this page. It wouldn't probably go on this page. So you could have it just like that for somebody to just cut out. It's kind of got a reflection. Or I'm going to try and use the background remover and see what happens. Da, 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 da. Yay, it's done it. So that's really good, isn't it? And just have success like that. That looks really cool. So you could do that with all the words that you want to create. You could ask ChatGPT, Darley, to do a green one, a purple one, a pink one, a blue one, if you want different colours. And actually, you've got way more design capability by doing it that way than by just taking the signs and then the words here in Canva, and it's actually a nicer design. I would have to see this design printed out, but it does look quite good quality. Um, it just might be just ever so slightly more grainy than if you use Canva's own internal images there, but it looks like it's a good quality image. So I think that would be absolutely fine. So that is that. So you could do lots and lots of pages. Actually, one criticism of this book was that there were too many pages with words on. So maybe just, doing a page like this for 5 out of 10 categories and doing bubble speech writing or something different, or images and graphics with writing in it. For some of your other categories, rather than having pages like this all the way through your book. But they are pretty cool. And then the other thing I wanted to show you was that you can do graphics as well with writing in it. So I did that in ChatGPT just as I was preparing for this call, because I was looking inside this book and they've not just got photos that you can cut out, they've actually got, let me just show you. They've got actual graphics that have got writing in there as well. So I thought I'd try and do it, and it was brilliant. It's even better than the ones in this book. So I don't know if that's because ChatGPT has had an update since this person created their book, or they might have not have used DALL-E. So again, I've gone to DALL-E inside ChatGPT and I said, please create me the image of the back of a woman. We don't want the front, we don't want her face in a vision board book, because we want people to be able to cut things out and really envision that that is them. So I've said, please create me an image of the back of a woman squatting, saying shut up and squat in decorative writing and with a border around it. And then Darley has said, please, can you confirm the style? Do you want the woman to have clothing? Yes, please. And what background do you want? And then it came up with these, and how cool are they? They're just absolutely brilliant. And that was just a first attempt. Normally, when we want something or want AI to do something, we have to keep telling it, tweak this, tweak that, do this different. And it even managed to spell the words correctly. So I was really, really pleased with that. And imagine having all different little images like that all the way through your vision board book. And one of the criticisms in the reviews of vision board books was that a lot of the images are not very bright. People wanted more bright images. And so this is a really bright one, I think. Both of them are, especially the one on the right. But you can ask it to do it very bright, use bright colours, and ask it to do all different colours with all the different ones. So I think these are very brilliant additions to your vision board book. I also asked it to do one like this, Sweat is my sparkle. I asked it to make the writing bigger. I quite like this one on the right hand side. And then it created that one. Then this one it struggled with, so I gave up in the end. I said, please generate a graphic in a graffiti design on a brick wall that says, build a strong mindset, the body will follow. And it just couldn't spell it correctly. So that was a bit of a bummer because I really like this one on the right hand side. In fact, I like both of those. But I just couldn't get it to spell the whole thing correctly. Now, if it was just one word or two words or even three words, I think it would have managed it. But because it was a long phrase, it struggled. And there are pieces of software, usually paid, where you can download something like this and ask the software to tweak it. But I asked DALL-E to tweak it and it just wasn't doing a good job with that one. And this is what happens with AI. You want something, it does it first time, yeehaw, we're all happy. And then the next day or 5 minutes later, you want something and it just absolutely cannot do it for you. That is just the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. And the best thing is to have access to a few different AI tools and just try it using the different AI tools, and you'll find your groove in one particular tool. You'll find that you're better at using one tool than another. But it started off well, did DALL-E, and it just, I think it got tired. Yes. So going back to our vision board, what else did I want to show you? So you can arrange your photos in many different ways. You can arrange your photos in kind of a magazine style like this. This is right up to the edge. So just chatting with Wendy there, talking about that you do need a slightly different dimension for your book. If you have photos that go right to the very edge, you'll need slightly extra space in your file to allow for the printing presses to be able to cut it. And Amazon usually has a problem when you upload a book like this if you've got the images going right to the edge. So you have to go to the Amazon KDP calculator to calculate the size of your document if you want it to be what's called with bleed, which means that your images are going right to the edge. And then you just have to go into resize and resize the whole thing an extra whatever it is, 1.1 something centimeters, is it, on the left and right, but not on the top and bottom, I think it is. But that's in KDP size calculator. If you just Google that, and that will come up, and then you'll be battling with that for a few days probably. But the different ways to add your photos, if you don't want bleed, you could add your photos like this if you don't want that headache. And actually, you would add your photos like this and just have a plain white background where people can kind of cut out each photo, but that you have then got a white margin all around four edges, and then you won't have the bleed headache if you do it like this. Now, how I've done it is to put an image at the back, and because that image is on the whole page, that means that it is with bleed. So that means I do have to exactly calculate how big my document needs to be for those printing rules. So how to put your images on. So you could put them on like this and have cute little banners that people can fill in, like love Jonathan or something, whatever. They can put whatever they want in these little banners. So you can have little tiny photos like that, or you could have them in like this kind of magazine editorial style like that. Cindy was saying it would be nice to have different size photos, that she doesn't want them maybe all rectangle or all square. So I thought that was interesting. So then I tried to do something that was different sizes. So you could have something like this. I would probably make them all, just a bit bigger. Um, so you could play around with the different frames and the different photo frames and have different sizes. Or you could have some square ones and then some circle ones and some oval ones and some rectangular ones, just to give people a bit more variety with your photos. And then if you're having photos of destinations, you're probably going to need at least 4 pages, because not everybody is going to want to go to Paris, Sydney, New York, London, Dubai, Washington, Rome, Venice, or Tokyo. So if you are going to be specific about destinations, you're probably going to want to have quite a few different pages with all the different destinations on. Likewise for any other categories where you're being ultra specific. I think with travel, it's probably better to go broad, have a mountain scenery, a beach scenery. You can have the aurora borealis or whatever they're called, northern lights scenery, and the kind of Japanese scenery, have general country sceneries. It's probably a better way to go than being really specific about each destination. Another way you can do it is here. You could have some photos at the top, some photos at the bottom, and then you could have some empowering words in the middle, or maybe some logos and some clip art. Clip art, um, I just create it using AI tools. I just say, can you make me a badge with Edinburgh written on it? If you want clip art, or can you create me a dung bell or a water bottle with the word water on it? So I find it easier to do that than just to use Canva clip art, because again, you're just using one element on its own then, which can have its issues and problems. So those are the things that I wanted to cover. It was creating different graphics of your own, like an airline ticket. It was having empowering words and putting them on a decorative banner like that. It was how to upload your photos, how to store the URLs, how to have different photos of different sizes, and then how to do, these bespoke graphic images as well. You can just upload that into Canva and put it on your vision board. So then the last thing I want to cover is how to magnify your profits, how to magnify your royalties. So let's go over to the bestseller. And then if we go here, estimated revenue per month is not exact at all, but we've got like 9-10K there. And then this book here is created by Olivia Everly. And the book I've bought here is Gloria Green. So I'll just show you both of those people. So I'm going to click on Olivia Everly. And she has magnified her vision board profits by having green vision board, by having a book series. I'm trying to see her series. 2024, 2025, 2026. Here we go. Is this it? Book 2 of 4. Book 1 of 4. Yeah. Vision board supplies. Yes, this is it. This is it. So you can actually add up using Kip Scout to see how much royalties she's earning per book, per month. You can add it all up for all of the books that she's got in the whole series, and then divide it by like 28, 29, 30. And what it came out with was $4,000 a day currently. $4,000 a day currently. This woman is earning from her vision board book series. They don't look anything amazing, incredibly special. They're very standard, very similar to all the other vision board books. Exactly what I've just shown you in this masterclass and the other one that we did a few weeks ago. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same elements, the same photos, the same clip art. And just what she's done is really work hard on getting reviews at the beginning and really work hard on creating a series of books that kind of complement each other. So she calls this a vision board supplies series. So people are going to click on the whole series and have a look at them all. And she's got quite a lot of reviews on the white and beige one and positive affirmations one. This is maybe more of a masculine looking one, that one there. And then the top one there is the main bestseller. So yes, there's that one. Let's have a look at the other one. All to vision board. Try and find my one. Oh, that's the bestseller there, that one. Don't know if that's part of a series. Let's quickly have a look. Jess Perks. 2026. Part of Manifest Your Dream Life Magic. So yeah, it looks like she's got two in her series. One is a magic vision board clip art, very pinky, very girly. And then this one is the main bestseller, is the general one. So that is Jess Perks. I think she is a sort of a manifestation coach or something like that. And then let's find this one that I bought because I want to look at Gloria. Gloria Green she's been publishing like a chief book bosser. Right. I'm just trying to find it. Here we go. So I'm going to click on Gloria Green. If she was in the Book Boss Academy, she would be doing the Publishing Masters program because she's also created a little publishing business called Honeybee Publishing. So she's publishing and publishing, you know, as a serious self-publisher, growing and growing her portfolio of books. So she's set up Honeybee Publishing, but she also puts her own name on as an author as well, which is a nice way to do it. And she's created a lot of books. What I would like to do is add up her royalties from all of her books, but you can see she is really, really going for it with the vision board books. And once you've done one, you know, the next one is going to be faster and she'll know exactly where to get the best photos from. And the third one is going to be even faster. And then she could start to do vision board for teens, vision board for seniors, vision board for men. You know, she can expand her series out and out and out and out infinitely. But I just found it really, really fascinating. All the books that she started off with right at the beginning and the covers that we can see, and then how much better her books are now than they were at the beginning. She's actually unpublished quite a few of them that she did right at the beginning. And then now, you know, she's got some really, really great regular sellers, great royalties. Then if we look at this one, what's this one now? Is it 10K? Was it? Or maybe less. 5K in the month. And like I say, she's got about 20 different books. So Gloria is doing some serious book bossing, and she's also set up Honeybee Publishing as well. So I wanted to show you Gloria Green as well. When you look at each individual book, you think, yeah, she's doing all right. But when you look at all of her books together, she is book bossing big babe. She is. Okay, bang on the time. How was that for like to the second? Does anybody have any questions about any of that? I didn't explain the bleed thing very well. I'll do a separate lesson about that, only because I have to remind myself of all the sizes. And actually, I'm going to be publishing one with bleed next week, so that will remind me of all the things I need to teach you with that. Yeah, the calculation for making 4K a day is that you need to go to the Amazon royalties calculator. So I'm not going to do it live because it will literally take me about half an hour, but the Amazon royalties calculator will calculate how much royalties someone is making by inputting the BSR. So you get the BSR of that book by scrolling down, get the BSR, input it into Amazon KDP royalty calculator, and then you need to work out but how many of those royalties she would take home. So you then need to go to the Amazon KDP print cost calculator and do that maths. And then do it for each of her books. So do it for all three. And it's way more accurate doing it that way than just looking at Kip Scout. But for us book bosses, you can look at Kip Scout. Are we really bothered about the odd $500 here and there? Probably yes, we are. But it's a lot more accurate to get the BSR, input it, and then to look at the printing costs. Printing costs, you can print it print standard or print premium. There have been some issues with these vision board books, with the reviews sometimes saying the printing isn't very good quality, but you get a lot more royalties if you go for that standard print, the basic printing, whatever it is. So yeah, 4K a day of on 3 books. And Gloria, I would love to do all the calculations for Gloria because I think Gloria, when you add all of them up, will be even more than that. I think it helps when you have a really good seller or maybe inject money into ads with one of them if you've got a series, and then people will then click into the series and it will help boost sales of the other books in the series. I just find it interesting that what's she called? Olivia Everly has huge sales on one main one and then okay, like good sales on the other two. Like she might have run some ads to that main one. Okie dokie. Low content. Wendy's asking. No, I wouldn't say these are low content. Definitely not. I've run up against this for other series. Yeah, so no, I don't think Amazon would class this as low content. Every page is very different. So yeah, I think we're okay for that. You could actually have it as a guided vision board thing and have, what prompts all the way through it. I've not seen many vision board books that are prompted all the way through. I think that would be a nice way of doing it. And I know you didn't ask me that anyway, but I just thought of it. Any other questions? Oh, have I missed anything? Yeah, Genevieve has put a link there when to use bleed and how. It doesn't even explain it very well in KDP there. And I've looked at quite a few but videos on YouTube of other influencers trying to explain it, and they don't explain it very well either. And I'm like, how can I explain this?
Abby, I did have a quick question.
Yeah.
When you use ChatGPT and you put the images in the book, when Amazon comes back and says, we need proof that those are your images and you have the rights to use them, what do you give them from ChatGPT or?
Yeah, it's a good question that. I mean, I would use the protectmywork.com and then you're okay. It's not gonna say that because you've used protectmywork.com. But with ChatGPT, you can get a URL of each image that you create, and then you would probably have to show proof that you have got a paid version of ChatGPT. Like I've got the paid version that gives me the GPTs and that gives me DALL-E, but I've never come across that issue before, so I don't know for sure. AI is still kind of a new thing. I think the fact that we've used AI to help us to generate some of those images, I would hope would actually stop Amazon from questioning whether those images are ours. It probably isn't going to do that anyway, you know.
So go ahead and use them, and then if I get asked, I'll figure it out then. I have not heard protectmywork.com yet, so I'll look into that. But
Yeah, just use that and then you won't have any issues. If you're going to do
okay,
a vision board book for sure, definitely use that.
sure.
Any books really. I can't remember what the cost is. Angela said it was like something for 3 to do 3 books or 4 books. And you can do it in retrospect, you know, if you get any issues with Amazon, then do protectmywork.com. That's what I would do rather than pay for it up front. I would do it in retrospect.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions? Just a reminder, we've got a master's session as well at 6. Yeah, quite a busy day. Just have a look in through the chat. Left-hand margin. Oh yeah, this margin here, I quite like because they've got the words here on this margin. It says, tip, heat the spine with a hairdryer for easy page removal. And it says that on every page, just there, if you can see it. So I thought that was quite good. So if people heat the spine with a hairdryer, then, and they're doing the vision board, they can then pull out the pages a lot more easily rather than having lots of tears and rips. Wendy, you're asking about a cuttable, outable left-hand margin. So it has to be a blank page. If Amazon detects that there's anything there, even if you've put a white box, then it thinks that it's bleed with bleed, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, so that's with bleed because it's going right up to the edge.
I've done mine with bleed and put a white strip down the side, so it's bleeding all over the place. And they have rejected it about 7 times with different those horrible little exclamation marks on different images
Oh,
randomly
I
in the
know.
middle of the page. How can one in the middle of the page have any bleed? I don't know. So
I've had that a lot. And
I'm a bit
sometimes,
kerfuffled.
yeah, sometimes if you've got an image and it's got a white background and just the frame of the white background just touches the top, even that will get rejected, even though it's white on white. It thinks the image is at the margin. It's detecting the images at the margin, even though the image itself is nowhere near the margin. It's got a
But
white.
they've told me to take all of the images over the margins. They've told me to take everything to the outside of the pages,
Yeah.
which I have.
Mm.
And anyway,
Mm.
God knows, really.
I had one book like that. It was back and forth, back and forth. In the end, I just scrapped it, unpublished it, and I just did it afresh from new, and then I was okay. Um, yeah.
I'll just manifest it all being fine tomorrow.
I'll send you some words with like Hollywood lights around it, Wendy, to help you with your manifesting. It is a pain, you know, publishing. It's just like, what's the way I publish? What button do I press? And it's actually just we're all going to have a different experience of it and get a different bot and a different part of Amazon looking at our book. It's just something we have to just get through. Yes, Claudia needs to understand bleed. I'll do a video about it and try and explain it in a way that makes sense in English. But I like this book plays it safe, you know. This book is all without bleed. Every margin is got white all around all edges. It's playing it safe. It's not going to ever have any problems about bleed or no bleed. You know, these ones as well. So if in doubt, play it safe and do it that way. Because you could even have a magazine style one, but that just doesn't go to the very, very outer edge just to play it safe. Actually, I might change mine and do that just so that I've not got the headache of the bleed thing.
Abby, when you did your journal a long time ago, I remember you did patterns all the way around the outside, which is what I've done for mine.
Yes.
So do I need to understand this bleed thing before I publish it in the next couple of weeks? Because
Yes.
it's almost ready.
Yeah.
So I need to put white around the whole, no?
If you put white around and it detects that you've got rectangles, even if they're white, it will say that you need with bleed. So what you need to do is highlight the whole thing and shrink it so that you've got a little bit of a margin all the way around, rather than having any element or anything go into the very edge. Does that make sense?
Right, okay. I've got 280 pages to change then.
Or just work out the with bleed thing. Oh, I've done that
Okay, I'll do the
hand
with
thing
bleed.
again.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll
lots
figure it
of
out.
people, thousands of books are printed with bleed every day without any issues. It's just that you just have to resize your pages and make them a little bit bigger
Right.
to allow those printing presses to have a little bit of an error of margin with the printing.
It might
Well,
be
you printed
faster
really
to
quick.
have Canva resize those pages for you than to mess with the margins.
Yeah, it might be faster, yeah. Just to get
Okay.
Canva, resize all of it, add whatever it is, 1.175. Is it inches? No, it can't be inches. What millimeters to each edge.
Yeah, six.
But
I think I'm in six. I think I'm six by. No, I'm 8 by 11, 8.5 by 11.
so your 8.5 you would add, but get the exact figure because I don't know it. You would add 1.175.
That's in Amazon, isn't it? That's in the
Yeah, it's
actual
on, it's in
instruction somewhere. Yeah.
Amazon. Yeah.
Okay, I'll
I
figure
think
it out.
Genevieve posted the link actually there. All the exact sizes are going to be there.
I've copied
And
and
I
pasted that.
think, in fact, Wendy will know. I think it's more in the inner margin and it's a bit less for the outer margin.
Okay,
It is a complete pain, but
I know.
like Beth says, you can get Canva to just resize the whole thing for you,
Okay,
and then it
thanks.
should be okay. It should be. Right, I'm going to end this call so that I can eat something before our mastery call. Lovely to see you all. And then we're back on schedule for the Mondays. It was just my husband's 50th this Monday, and I was busy drinking wine and doing fun things like going on a boat cruise. So I just couldn't do the book bossing thing on that day. But I'll see you back on Monday. Let's get book bossing. Let's crush February and see if we can get, at least a couple of books out this month at least. All right. Bye.